Alright, so it is time for the new run of laptops coming through, and this is the king of the thin and lights. I'll tell you what's the king of the thin and light premium sort of gaming laptops just in a sec. But of course, this is the new Gigabyte Aero, new 2020 model. I'm going to unbox it. I can't give you performance figures yet, but come on, sub up. If you want to see the performance videos of this laptop, of course, I'll do gaming. And I will focus a lot on content creation too, because this is the one that's made me think I really want a content creation laptop with ultimate power. Like, you know, you're getting all the latest Intel processors, the latest NVIDIA graphics. Yes, the Super Duper and the Intel 10th Gen. So in terms of raw performance compared to say an XPS 15 or something like that, this thing is an absolute beast. So we'll just have a quick look at the box there. Yeah, nothing to see here. It did come in a brown box as well, like a brown outer box. We won't check that. Oh, a little bit of damage there. It's been buffed around a little bit. So why do I say that the Aero is the best thin and light premium sort of gaming laptop? So when we're talking about these sort of laptops, we're talking about, you know, the Zephyrus, we're talking Razer, we're talking MSI, G, whatever. But this one is the best. And the reason why the Gigabyte is the best is, and I'm talking about, yes, specifically gaming laptops. I'm not comparing this with the Mac or anything like that. But why this is the best? Because it has class-leading calibration of the display. So if you're a content creator, this is awesome. You know, Pantone certified. They're all calibrated individually at the factory. So you're going to get the best color accuracy with the Aero 15 compared to all those other sort of thin light premium gaming laptops. You also get class-leading performance. I mean, this thing will destroy a razor blade in terms of performance and thermal capacity. But the best thing about the Aero for me is, overall, it's just a better laptop. So you get the best calibrated display. You get performance that's right up there with excellent thermal sort of thin light. You get all the ports. So you get Ethernet, UHS-2, SD card reader. Wow. So you can read those super fast V90 cards. You get two M.2s in there. You get Ethernet, everything you want. And you get a big battery too. That's the big thing about this. It has class leading battery life. Overall package, you can't beat the Aero in this segment. So let's have a look at it. So it comes in this nice little box here. We get the Aero, of course. I'll just put that aside. Oh yeah, look at that, sexy. You get the standard literature, and you actually get a thermal pad for the second SSD. So if you want to put another SSD in here, awesome. And that's what's awesome about this. You can have your applications and Windows on one SSD and have your like content or games on another SSD. That is amazing. We have an Aussie power cable and what looks like the same power brick as last time. So we got a power brick here, it's 230 watts. So that's a decent amount of power. That's just showing you how powerful this thing is going to be. So now let's open this one-hander job. Look at that, nicely weighted there. We get a bit of a cloth on the keyboard, and it's pretty much the same as the last model. This one is the OLED version here, 94 watt hour battery, up to 8 hours of battery life there. Of course, Wi-Fi 6, Thunderbolt 3, and that's the one thing, yes, the Zephyrus does not have the Thunderbolt 3. So there you have it, Intel's latest 10th Gen and NVIDIA Super graphics there. So all in all, it's pretty much the same as the last model, and that's a good thing. I can't give you performance figures yet, but I'll promise they're coming soon. You have that cool RGB keyboard and full-size keyboard. So that does mean the trackpad is off to the left. We have a fingerprint sensor there. You have the webcam down here, and you have a privacy shutter for the webcam. Now, some people don't like that the secondary functions don't light up. I mean, it's never been an issue for me, but yeah, people don't like that. And if you didn't know, it does come with two USB Type A's. We have the Thunderbolt 3 here. We have the UHS-2 SD card reader. So that's awesome. The power obviously goes in there. On the left-hand side, we have HDMI out, mini display port, another USB Type A, combination audio and mic jack, and Ethernet. Awesome, Ethernet there. Which language are we going to choose today? United States, English, no. The spelling's wrong, I don't want that. No. We are Australia, mate. Yeah, g'day, knackers. No, I don't want to use that one. Now, what I'll say here is I can connect to my hidden network, which is down here. I don't know whose network that is, but that hidden network is my one. And Wi-Fi 6, of course, I can get it out here, out the back in the studio. So the Wi-Fi 6 is working really well. Of course, this does have Wi-Fi 6 And with Gigabyte, they give you the best parts and it's going to have the best performance. Stay tuned for my full review of this and of course my gaming and content creation. I really want to see how this performs with content creation compared to say a MacBook Pro 16 and XPS 15. Of course, with the beefy graphics this has, Intel 10th generation, the latest NVIDIA super graphics, this thing is going to be a beast and it pretty much has all the options you want, okay, up to i9 8 cores. This one here is an 8 core, it's an i7 8 core. You have a RTX 2070 Max-Q, that's super as well. So this thing is a beast. And what I like about it, two M.2s inside. So that is the ultimate for content creation. Now, I'm going to get a lot of comments. Why didn't they go Ryzen? Why didn't they put the 4000s in here? Well, the thing is, as you can see, this is a refresh, right? So it's a spec refresh. This will be pretty much a complete new motherboard with a new chipset, I would dare say, because one advantage the Intel ecosystem has over the Ryzen is you can put 16 lanes of PCI Express to the GPU with the Intel solutions because you have up to 40 lanes. With the Ryzen systems, you're only using by 8. So with the Intel solution, you can have 16 lanes for the GPU and then have 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports because it does have enough lanes to do that. With the Ryzen, I don't think you'll be able to do that. Now we know 16 lanes versus 8 lanes, there's not really a bottleneck. Maybe there are some games that it is a bottleneck, but generally no. For content creation, may make a difference, especially maybe in 3D apps or something like that where you're pushing a lot of data in and out of that GPU. Maybe the 16 lanes versus 8 lanes is better. And in gaming, I still think Intel will be the fastest solution. I can't give you benchmarks at the moment, but they'll probably be the fastest solution. Now, there is a dynamic balance now with NVIDIA GPUs and the Intel CPUs, so they can dynamically balance the load. So they can push more load to the GPU when needed and then push more load to the CPU when needed as well. It's dynamically balanced the same way that if you have an all AMD system, you can do that as well. We'll see if that bears any fruits. We don't know yet. We've got to do some testing, right? And although I do think the Intels will probably be faster for gaming, there's no doubt that the Ryzen CPUs are killing it for like content creation and multi-core applications, especially like most gaming laptops will come out with a 6-core Intel 10th generation CPUs. A lot of them will not come out with the 8 cores. You're going to be paying for the 8 cores and then you'll have to get the next bump in the graphics cards and that because they're not going to sell the 8 cores with the lower graphics. That's just not how it sort of works. Well, it hasn't traditionally worked like that. Now, if you ever wanted to know why gaming laptops are so expensive, it's because of Intel and NVIDIA. They charge a lot for their parts. So hopefully Ryzen, will help, Intel reduce their parts. Intel will be offering very aggressive sort of rebates and like incentives to keep using their product. If Ryzen is successful, I can see a lot of the gaming laptops move into Ryzen. But it's easier said than done because Intel aren't going to lie down. What's in Intel's pipeline, we don't know. And Intel have deep pockets. But I think overall we're going to be the winner. The manufacturers choose what goes into this, but also we can make a vote too. If we keep pushing for Ryzen and buying the Ryzen laptops because they're more inexpensive or just we want a Ryzen laptop, then they will start using Ryzen parts, given that it makes business sense to do so. All right, so it's got to make business sense first. They're a business after all. Just because Ryzen has got a few benchmarks that are higher than, Intel at the moment, yeah, that means nothing. All right, so anyway, stay tuned for this. I'll do content creation first, I think. I think I'll do that. They have a new driver for gaming, so yeah, haven't had time to use the latest driver with this. But anyway, I'll get stuck into it. Sub up, join the wheel train, hit that bell, and I'll see you soon. Tally ho.